Hello there, it's Vanessa Baker, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Waiuku. How are you on this lovely fine Wednesday? Just popping in for some more crafting, and this week, I've got a paper pumpkin kit to share with you. So this is the May paper pumpkin kit. It arrived on Friday, so I've just been having a play this morning. And I'm going to do one as per the instructions and then two alternative designs. So I'll just go and double check that everything's working. Okay, perfect. We're all go. Welcome along. And I'm just going to flip my camera around. Find the right button. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is our lovely May paper pumpkin, and the theme is sort of celebrating and parties and invitations. So this is the this is the 3 cards that come in the kit. You get 3 of each design, and it's called Sparkling Celebrations. So I've sort of unpacked bits. You've probably seen unboxing videos, or you can do that with your own kit. So I'm just going to clear a space here. Right, I've got that one to do. I'm going to do one as per the instructions, simply because I couldn't, in the time frame I had, come up with an alternative design. So I thought I'll take you through it. So these are the bases. So you've got these lovely lanterns floating up in the sky there. There's one here with some festoon lights, and then one with a starry night sort of sky background. So those are the different bases. So, and I thought what I would do is actually explain the instructions, because I don't know if you've ever done a kit, but sometimes they can be a little bit, you're sort of looking at it going, I can't quite understand. So I just thought I would go through that. So I'm doing the one with the window. Okay, so we start here. So we've got card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So I'll just flip to card number 3. And it tells you, so this little spot, this little indication here is your ink. So that is the, let me just grab that. This comes in the kit. Every kit has a colour. In this case, it was Misty Moonlight, but I've actually got the Misty Moonlight pad, so I'm just going to use my pad. But that's what that indicates. That's your ink. So it's telling you here to use the ink and stamp "Wishing You Happiness" on a piece that is shaped like that. So I've extracted that from the kit, and that's the piece that I'm going to stamp on. So this is "Wishing You Happiness." So I've got my little stamp set. This also came in the kit. And I'll just attach that to a block. Now you would have got, in your first kit, you get a block. Let me just grab that. I'm actually not using mine because I've got so many others. I thought it would be good to have it for somebody who perhaps mislays it or whatever. So for this one, because it won't fit across the block, you just turn the block. So it's going to go corner to corner. And you just attach it like that. And then you're ready to stamp. Except when you get a new kit, a new stamp rather, I always condition my stamp. And there's a few different ways you can do that. Some people just rub it, and the oils from your hand and the heat will just take off any sort of remaining sort of residue from the manufacturing process. But I also like to just stamp it a few times and clean it. So I grab just a basic colour like grey granite, and I ink up my stamp and find some scrap paper. Some here. You could use this if you wanted to. And I just stamp it a few times and just see how it's working. If it's you're getting good coverage and everything seems clear and you're happy, then I just give it a clean with my chamois. So I've got a chamois here, just give that a rub just to clean off that ink. And then I'm going to go with my ink now that I'm using for the project. And again, I'm going to just check it first. So just onto my scrap paper a couple of times, making sure that it's all good. Yep, I'm happy with that. And just a word with, if you were using the ink spot, I haven't actually opened this, but you would have the stamp down like this on your table and just dab the ink across like that. Okay, so making sure I've got it the right way up. And then wishing you happiness. Trying to make sure it's straight. Nothing worse than stamping it and it's not straight. Right, happy with that. So then I'll just give that a wipe. Ready for the next project. Okay, what else do we have to do? So it's indicating here we have another stamp. This is also from the set. Look, fit on there, just, yes. Okay, so this is like, I think it's to indicate sort of trees, like and that's going to go on at the base of the card front. So I'm just going to open that up. So it's only a single layer I'm stamping on rather than 2 layers. And pretty sure you stamp it 4 times. Now, it's not actually showing up very well on their example here, but we'll see how we go. I think it kind of goes green because you're stamping on yellow and we're using Misty Moonlight. I'm expecting it to not be quite so blue. Actually, what I'll do, yeah, I'll start at this end. Yeah, I think it has gone. See how it's kind of greeny looking? And you just sort of overlap them, but try and keep them, I think, about the same height. Unfortunately, it's not very clear on here. Actually, I'll just do 3. And then I don't have to worry about it going over that fold line. Okay. I think that's all the stamping, because now the next step is to put dimensionals on. So, so you just follow along. So this one here indicates, see there's a little circle with like an end. So that's the tear and tape. So that comes in the kit in a little bag like this. And so it's indicating to put tear and tape all the way around the window, the back of the window. Oh, and I was going to pop out, actually I might leave popping out. So I've seen a few videos of people using this window and it seems to bend quite easily. As you can imagine, once you've taken out these little sections so you can see through the window, it's then just quite thin paper. So I'm actually going to leave those in till the last minute so that it doesn't do that for me. So that's just a little tip. So you can use a tear and tape, you can use glue if you prefer. In fact, I might just, for the speed, just use my glue. But you do get the tape in the kit. Okay, so off we go. Just putting glue around the edge where they put the tape. And carefully flipping that over. And I'm lining it up with actually, they put the tape on. Okay, there's a trap. I don't need that bit quite yet. I've got to put my lanterns inside So these, especially because I haven't taken the, oops, my glue's oozing there. I haven't taken those sections out, so I'm going to have to do this first. So the lanterns, so this one here is showing you the 3 different sized lanterns, and they're shown upside down with where you put the dimensionals. Again, dimensionals come in the kit. They are, where did I put them? I've misplaced them somewhere, but you get enough to do your cards. So they look like this. So they just go on the back of each of these pieces, like that. They put 2. Okay, so I'm just going to do 1.5 because that's a smaller piece. Maybe the ones from the kit were slightly smaller size. But you can cut them in half easily, and I'll use the other half on this little piece. Easy peasy. Okay, so that's my dimensionals, and they've also put dimensionals on the back of the words. So they don't use words in this, they just do diagrams. Okay, so those bits are all ready. Now, step 3 is to actually put those lanterns on. So I'll start with the largest one, which looks like it goes sort of here in the middle on a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to follow their layout so that I know that I'll be able to see these through the window. And just make sure with your lanterns that you've got them the right way over. Okay, so there's one there next to that one, the double one, and then there's a little one which goes underneath. So this is nice to add just that bit of dimension to the card. Okay, so now I'm going to put that window on. I've got it here with my glue all set to go. I think it covers the whole front. So because I've left those pieces on, you can't see through it at this point. Oops, see how easy it is to... And this is really cool, this piece, because it's sort of got that, like it's on the side of a house, like a wood effect. Okay, and then wishing you happiness goes at the bottom. So let's take out our sections now that I've got that all stuck. And just carefully pulling these out. And you could use, like, the Take Your Pick tool has this little spatula part. So that makes it easy to sort of get in there. And they're just held on by tiny little pieces that aren't quite cut through. So they're quite easy to pop off. Gradually revealing my lovely scene behind the window. Just in trouble getting in there. There we go. Oh, you can only just see my trees. I probably needed to go a little bit higher. Go. Okay, isn't that cool? So you've got your window that looks like it's opening because it's got these lanterns with the dimensionals under them, and it will actually open if I just unhook these little pieces that are keeping it closed. Yeah, so it does actually open. But like I say, I'm trying to keep it nice. Right, there we go. So it's open now all the way around. But that's quite cool, I think. And then we can stamp something on the inside. So, oh, hang on, I haven't put on my words. Let's just do that. I like the idea of the window, and I'll be intrigued to see what other people do with it. So this is like the bottom of the window, like the mantle. So it actually goes over that white line, but I want to make sure I get it even on both sides. So just a little bit of fiddling here. I think it goes about there. So you just want to make sure the window will still open. Oh, you don't want to stick it over the opening. Okay, so that is how you interpret the instructions to make one of the cards. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I really like that, and I'm excited to play with the window and see what else we can do with it. So for the next one, and I've got all these bits I can use for other things as well. Don't know so much if they'll be much use, but I think these little rectangles would be good. So I'll keep those. Okay, and then last night I had a class, and somebody mentioned Christmas and doing cards for Christmas in July, and everyone thought that was a great idea to start getting in the flow. And when I saw the fireworks in this kit, it just made me think of New Year. So I've got here a different way of putting this card together. So the one from the kit is that middle one there. And they've got lots of fireworks and time to celebrate as the sentiment. But I wanted to do a few less fireworks so you can see that beautiful starry background. So what I've come up with is just using the large piece and one of the accent pieces. But first of all, I've got to cut this. So I prefer our New Zealand card sizes, and I also think it's great when you get this that you can use the backing, the back of the card base, basically, as another card front. So by just cutting through that score line and mounting it onto normal cardstock at my normal size, I can essentially get two cards out of this one card front. So I've gone for Blackberry Bliss, and then I'm just going to cut this at my normal card front size, which is in New Zealand I use 14.4 by 10. So I'll just have to check. Oh, it's not actually wide enough to do 14.4. It's 14. Oh, which is 5.5, of course. Okay, so I'm going to do... So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then instead of 10, I'm going to have to make it a bit smaller. So normally it's going to be... gosh, my maths is not... I'm not up to scratch on the maths today. Hold on. So it's 0.9. So... 9.6. You're probably all screaming at your computers. 9.6. I actually did that in two cuts because there's a little bit on the sides that doesn't have stars. So I didn't want to take too much of either side. So I did two little strips, which I'll try and use somewhere else. Okay, so that's my card front. Cool, love it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and my thought was, so this is wider, than my card front, but I can overlap it if I want to. So if that was on there like that, I could go right to the edge, and it's only just overhanging here. So I think I'll do that, and I think I'll put that on dimensionals. So I'm going to stick this one flat. Again, I like the Tombow, but you can use the tape from the kit. Because the other thing I could do is I could twist the card and do it that way. And then it would fit on a bit better. Yeah, I might do that. Still on dimensionals, and then I don't have to cut it. Let me just double check. I just love all those little sparkly silver stars in the background. You do see more of it when you do it this way. I'm just worried about the words. So I've got happy, which was kind of going to go that side. And then where would I put New Year? Might have to separate it so it goes. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right. Oh, of course, the only thing about putting this on dimensionals is I can't really dimensional those. Should have done it the other way around, because I'm going over these. It'll be all right there, but when I go off the edge, it's going to be the wrong height. Okay. Rethink. Let's take these off. Just stick it flat. That's what happens when you design on the fly. So I'm just making sure that reaches that edge and is straight there. And what I should have done is cut these out with adhesive sheets, but I didn't think about that. And these dies are from a set called Words for the Season dies. And there was a stamp set, but the stamp set's retired and the dies are still available. So you've got Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, something wishes. It might say autumn. It's hard to read them upside down. Halloween. Yeah, so there's some cool words in there. And holiday, I think. But yeah, I just saw these fireworks and I was like, oh, that just looks like New Year. I'll do the happy up there. Oh yeah, I've got these great tweezers. These come in the embossing kit. I had somebody asking about that too. If you want an embossing buddy, there's a kit you can buy. It has a tray for the embossing. It has these tweezers and a brush, and it comes with a buddy. Okay. Tweezers are very handy. My glue's a little bit juicy today. I can see I've got some oozing here off the H. And it's interesting, these dies actually come in, when you die cut them, they come in sections. So the H was separate to the rest of the word happy. And then we've got the N. Actually, that glue is going to be a problem. I'll try this one, see if it's behaving a bit better. Right. So I was going to do year down here. Oh, it's not showing me. Is anybody watching? I might do the N up there in that little gap. Try and follow the same sort of line. It's fun to create things at a different season. I always forget about New Year cards until it's here, and then I'm like, oh, I've got nothing to send. It's so wrapped up with Christmas, and then you get into that non-part where you don't even know what day it is. And then, yeah, New Year's upon us. So it'll be great to have this in my stash, ready to go. I just thought I would mention the joining offer that's on this month. You join Stamping Up on my team. You pay the normal price of, I think it's $189. You get to choose a whole bunch of more than that's worth of product from any catalogue, and also things that haven't been released to the public yet. And plus you get all of the in colours ink pads. So that is a great saving. You don't have to buy those ink pads. You can just get the cardstock and other products and start creating. Now, I was going to use this little guy, and that offer's on until the 3rd, or till the end of the month. I think it's the 30th. 30 days in May. So I'll reuse one of those ones I didn't use before. And, oh, up there or down here? I think down here. Just to fill in that little gap and give us a bit more interest. And then the kit comes with these little, almost like the Drucy embellishments that we had a wee while ago. And what have I done with that tool? Take your pick tool has disappeared. I just had it. Okay, that's strange. I was opening the window thing with it. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Got it. So this is the only card that actually uses embellishments. So they put, when they do their version, they put one in each of these. They use 3, I think, on each card. So I'm going to put one there and then use another 2 elsewhere. So let's go in there. So it's down by our New Year part, and then we'll do another one up by the happy. Maybe about there. Yeah. So Happy New Year. And then we can do an inner for that. Excuse me. I still have the humbug from my cold. It's getting better. Just checking that I am doing my normal size for the inner. And in the little set, you get a fireworks stamp and this other one with little stars and things. But I think I'll just use the firework. And again, we just need to give it a little rub. It's mainly the words I find when you're stamping that you need to season. Normally things like this are okay, but I'll just check it. Since I'm live and, you know, things are going to go wrong, they'll do it when you're doing a video. Okay, that's all fine. Where's my cleaner gone? It's got buried. Okay, now what colour shall we do? I kind of like the idea of using the misty moonlight. So normally I do things at the bottom, but I'm feeling like it's a firework that it should almost be at the top. If those other things go on the end of there. No, they're like a bunch. And it probably goes that way, actually. That's what I want to do, like that. Yeah, cute. It's nice to dress up the inside a little bit. Pop that in there. And there we have it. That's my first alternate for the May kit. Now I've got one more to share. So my idea with this one is to use the festoon lighting piece. So first of all, I'm going to separate that at the score line like I did before. And while I'm here, I'll just do the inner for that one. Okay. There for later. Right, so now I've got another starry background I can use for another card. That there with that one, and I've got my festoon lights. So now this piece here, I'm going to cut that down to 9 centimeters by 12.8. So the 9, I'm going to cut some of the yellow off the bottom because I want to keep the lights. So 9 by 12.8. I'm going to take a little tiny bit off. Oh no, because I'll lose a light there. Okay, I'm going to take it off the right hand end. Okay, so now I have a cut down version, and I've got the bit from the bottom and the bit from the side, so I can use those later on for something else. Those over there. Now this piece I'm going to cut again into panels. And I'm going to cut them, what's that way, portrait, at 3.2 centimeters, which is 1 1/4, but if you're doing this, you may have slightly different measurements if you're using imperial. 3.12. I will try and work that out for my tutorial. 1, 2. Okay. So now I want to keep them in the same order. Sorry, I should really have done that up here, but I've just cut through that direction. So into even pieces. Now, I couldn't quite decide before they were cut what colour I wanted as the next layer. So we've either got Night of Navy or Blackberry Bliss. And then whichever one I don't use, the other one will be the next layer. So it would look, if we chose Blackberry, it would be then sitting on a navy base, or if we chose navy, it would be sitting on the Blackberry base. And I feel like I thought maybe the contrast, but now I'm thinking I probably want that navy because it is predominantly navy. Oops, you're up the wrong way. Yeah, so I think navy and then mount it on the Blackberry Bliss. Well, that's it on Blackberry. I do like both of them. Actually, maybe I do prefer that. Yeah, I want to accentuate that sky, that colour coming through there. So let's do that colour. Okay, so that layer, keep them in order. Okay. Oh, no, I haven't done that. Okay, so that one is going to be, the layer is going to be 13.8 by 9.4. And then I'm going to stick them on. Now, do I want these on dimensionals? Let's have a little looky. Those are going to go under that, which is on dimensionals. Actually, I might dimension the layer, so I'll do these flat. So what I like to do is put them all on with the little gap so that I know everything is in the right place. And I've got the gaps sorted. And then I'll just take one end and glue it down. Give it a spin so I can get it in there. Trick is not to knock all the other ones while you're putting one in, and to keep each one straight. And then do the next end, the other end, opposite end. So then I'm just sort of like filling in the middle. Okay, one more. And you see, you can just sort of adjust your gaps then to keep it even. Okay, liking the look of that. Okay, so now I've got my, I need to score that. I've got my card base in Night of Navy. Gosh, it's funny, I used to use navy so often. You go through phases and things. Because now I reach for Secret Sea, which is a favourite colour at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to flip that to the back because that was a bit bent. Right, so now I've got this to go on. Oh, I like that. It's kind of cool. And I was going to do... Yeah, I'm going to dimension those things. So I think I'll just keep it flat. So I'm kind of doing the same-ish as the instructions with the lighting. So I'm keeping the lamppost. But I'm going to have to trim mine because I've cut... Oh, actually, it's not so bad. But I might just trim that little bit. I want it down here. Oh, where's a pencil? So I'm just going to trim it so it just meets the bottom of the card of the this layer. And when I've got something tiny like that to trim, oh, now that's a bit tricky, isn't it? I'm going to keep it straight. I'll just show you. Bring this up. So because it sticks out, I can't actually keep the length of that straight. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting that up so it's up above this line, and then I can rest the rest of the pole against the straight edge at the top there. And then when I've got a little piece like this, I always go upwards. If you go down, it can pull the piece as you cut, and it goes wonky. But if you come up, it's against that top edge, and it will stay straight. Right. That now should just meet the edge perfectly. And my plan is to use dimensionals, which I can't find any of. Little ones. I want little ones. I will have to just use some edge pieces. Half of my stuff from the class is still in the boot of my car. It's a bit of a late one last night. We were chatting. Just cut that down because the stem of this is not very wide. But I can use both pieces, just like that. And then I've got another little piece here, which I'll put at the bottom. Okay, so this is going to go up the side. Make sure it's straight and it meets the bottom edge there. It looks good. I love those old-fashioned lamp posts. And then in the design, it had these 3 lights sort of all clustered on it, and I thought it looked a little bit heavy. So my plan is to use them another way. I'm going to stamp on here. Now, what words did they use? They did, "You are invited." Well, I'm not going to use that because I'm not planning a party. So I'm going to use, what have we got? Wishing you happiness. Time to celebrate. No, because I still want to do that banner size. So I'm looking. I didn't plan anything for this. Oh, here we are. What have we got here? I think quite right. Don't quite know the theme for this. It's kind of wondering. I just will celebrate the season. It's not quite Christmassy, but you could use it as a Christmas card. I want something sort of long. Thinking of you, get well. Again, I've got stuff in my car which I haven't unpacked, which might have been useful to have gotten out. Oh, what's this one? Some of those are a bit large. They sort of go onto another line, which would make it hard. Oh, okay. What about this? My favourite, Simply Said, and the Let's Celebrate. Now, it's got a dot. I don't know if it's still available, but I think Let's Celebrate could be for anything, couldn't it? It could be a birthday still, and it will fit on my little tag, so let's go with that. And let's get our Misty Moonlight. Actually, since I've gone with the other colour, I might just do Blackberry Bliss. For my Let's Celebrate. Cool. And going to put dimensionals, but I'm also going to put my lights underneath, so they're just sort of like poking out from the sentiment. I wonder if I put one over the top like that. Yeah, something like that. So let's just put a little bit of glue. And I think I'm going to angle them a bit. Still want to see that it's a light. Keeping a little bit of that black there. And then this little one I think I'll put over. Just put a little dot there. I'm doing this first because I think it would be too hard once I've got it on dimensionals. Something like that. So now I'll put my dimensionals on. Oh, now this end is going to be over my pole, so I need to come out a bit. And I'm going to cut here and oops, sticking to my hand. Paper came off that one, that piece, so I'll have to use that. And let's put one down there as well. So we're well secured. Okay, pull these backings off. And then that's just going to go here. Make sure it's straight. Oh, I like it. And I've got an inner with, what are we going to do? I don't think there's any lighty kind of ones here. We've just got these sort of stars. So I might just use that. It doesn't really suit the firework or the greenery, the bushes. So I'll just do now, where am I going to put them? Over here. What I might do is switch colour to the blue, I was thinking. But actually, no, because I probably only want 3. Let's just go another. So the idea here is to turn the stamp, because I've got 2 sort of going the same way. So I want my last one to be on a different angle, and then it's going to look more intentional. Okay. Pop this in, and then I'll show you all 3. Oops. The other glues. Laying up. Oh, let's go back to the other one. At least I know I'll get some out of there because it was oozing. Okay. And there we have it. Just a different way to present it, really. So not that much different in layout to the one from the kit, but just sort of stepping it up a bit and having that extra layer with the Blackberry Bliss coming through. And then this one was as per the kit. And this one is my Happy New Year card. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that. And the more you see different ways people use things, the more it inspires your own creativity. I looked at the kit and I thought, oh, I can't really think of what I could do. But I just watched a few people who had, done some alternatives, and the inspiration just came. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun doing something different. It's also fun doing it as per the instructions. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you want to know about how you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I'll put some information in the post on my blog once I get that done. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Bye.